I think I'm finally on this thing. I don't know why tonight it won't let me connect, but yeah, I don't know what's happening with the YouTube. Anyway, good evening, everybody. It is your girl makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher, and as always, I just want to know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I have things in my ears to make sure my microphone is working, but just because I can hear myself doesn't mean you can hear me. So just say, yeah, I can hear you, girl, as usual. Just let me know if you can hear me. That would be great. Good evening. Good evening. Can you? I can hear you. Okay, that's all I care about. Okay, then I think I can just do this. I don't need to hear myself talk. Oh my God. Good evening, Oma, Mickey, Leighton, Matthew. Good morning. Hi. Good evening. Hey, beautiful people. Sorry about that. I was trying for a minute to get on here and it just kept going like this. Zoop, 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 zoop. So I don't know what that's all about, but I am here for you, beautiful people, on this Sunday, as we always are. And as usual, I'm trying to be more profesh with this, so I'm going to say my name several thousand times throughout this live chat we have tonight. I am DeShawn Hatcher, makeup artist from New York City, or New York now, and I am here to help my fellow makeup artists just be a little bit better today with their business and their beauty. And this chat is all about helping. So that's all we can do for now. Okay. Hey, Tasha. So yeah, oh, yeah, let me make sure I get my stuff right. I don't have my notes up here. Would you please take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you have not and turn on those notifications? What else is there I'm supposed to say? I need to put notes up here so I know what I'm saying. I never remember. I'm going to fail Google school. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to fail Google school. So anyway, beautiful people, this talk is all about 2020. What are you doing in 2020? What are your plans? Do you have any? Can we help you with some plans? Do you know how to execute your plans? Do you even know how many steps it takes to make your plan work? Are you realistic in terms of how long it takes to make a plan work? These are the types of things I'd like to talk to you guys tonight because it is almost 2020. I love saying 2020. I'm going to enjoy next year just going 2020. Hey, Jade. Thank you, Jade. Thank you. Listen, I listen. If it wasn't for you people, I'd be talking to myself. So there you go. There you go. So, oh, hi. I cannot pronounce that. Hi, darling. I cannot even. I don't know what that is. Hello, sweetheart. Where are you from? Because I see you say hi. Sylvia Campos. Hello, honey. So, remember, this is all for you to ask me your amazing questions about your career. But let me get some public service announcements out of the way. If you happened onto the community board this week, you would have found a very special prize, not a prize, just a very special announcement for all of you people. Okay, and it was all about this here palette, Inclusion. And I happen to have only a couple of dozen to myself that I am able to sell, and I'm selling them at below show price. And so if you wanted one, you needed to get your behind over to that community board and fill out, just do what it says. Just do what it says, because these are, like I said, technically these would be $53 a piece through me, but I'm also, putting on the shipping on top of that. So it's $60 per, $60 for a pallet to be mailed to your home. I'm sorry, only in the United States, not outside. So sorry, because shipping would be ridiculous if we tried to do that. And that's it. So there is, so there's a lovely little special going on there. I think I only have like 15 more anyway. So first come, first serve. That's the way it is, boo-boos. And that's it. From Russia, hi. No, you said hi. What are you talking about? I read hi. So to me, that's good enough for me, darling. I just don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm very into pronunciations. So if you can give me way of saying your name hyphenetically, I would love to do that. Jade has a question. I have a question. How do you manage stress? Constant pressure with this career. Oh, girl, I'm stressed out right now. Oh man, I think people handle stress in different ways. I mean, I always say this, like, go find whatever, Jade, honestly, if something's stressing you out so badly, then maybe you just need to pull back and take a break. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's okay to take a break. Even if you say I can't do this for another 2 months, I need to take a damn break, then take a damn break. But if it's just a little stress, if it's that kind of stress that I always say when I read, how can I explain this? When I read on, message boards, how makeup artists will say, I can't even pick up this kit anymore. I can't do it anymore. Then I am all for people quitting. I'm not a quitter myself technically, but I'm all for people saying, I don't want to do this shit anymore. And I can understand it. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I don't feel that you're at that point. I feel that you're just stressed out. And so if you are, see, back in the day, I would have been like, yo, go to the club. Okay. But nowadays, I'm just an old woman and I like to chill. I like to be quiet. I like to be silent. I like to sit down and watch some movies. I just like to woosah. I need to do those things for myself. I need to take moments for me, and I know it's hard for a lot of people who have kids, but even then, you have to be able to take moments for yourself and breathe. And a lot of times we don't breathe. A lot of times we just keep going and going and going and going and going until we burnt ourselves out. And that's not good. So you have to find something, sweetie, that you can do. Something. I don't know what brings you joy. I don't know what brings you joy. I don't know what gives you, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like what brings you joy? Whatever little bit of that brings you joy, then go outside and do that. Come back in and woosah yourself. I don't know what that is. For me, a really good movie with some popcorn. Oh, my homemade popcorn, homemade. Okay, I don't be doing Orville Redenbach. I know right? So I love me a good movie with some popcorn, and I might do that for the weekend and just breathe and just be quiet. I don't, and also for me, honestly, I don't like a lot of noise around me because I'm constantly in noise when I'm working. So the more quiet my environment is, the better it is for me. So there's like little Zen-like things I tend to do. A lot of times I just sit in the house and it's just quiet. That's how I rejudge myself. You have to figure out what the way is for you. It's there. You're so so like this, you can't find it, you know? She's saying, how are you, friends? Hi, Miriam. Okay, so MNXZA from Russia. How do I say your name in English? If you can type that out, that would be amazing. So, guys, what I just said to Jade, does that make any sense to you? Like taking a break, man. Like, I just think sometimes we're so go, 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 go. We forget to stop and then we get burnt out. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem for all of us. Miha. Oh, Michael. Miha, Michael. Hi, Michael. So, yeah. So, Jade, Jade, type in three things, Jade, that brings you joy, something that gives you a tee something, it could be painting. Give us three things that give you a tee, and then let's discuss that. Three things, Jade. I don't want one, I want three. Okay. Because I think that's the key. I think we got to slow down. I just do. I think we just have to all slow down. I know we have goals and we have to meet our goals, and but you're going to burn yourself out. You really are going to burn yourself out. And I'm fortunate that I learned over the years how to pace myself, because I didn't know how to pace myself 20 some odd years ago, it was all go, 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 go. And in the beginning, in the first like maybe 5 years of go, 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 it was amazing. I got a lot accomplished. I made a major strides. But, after a while, my God, you get tired. You get tired. House of Marty, hi, sweetheart. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for Jade to give me those 3 things. What do you guys do that, I mean, that's what this thing is. It's a community. That's how I feel. You guys know how I feel about us. We're a community of amazing artists. And I don't know. What do you guys do that just calms your ass down? I like to know. Meeting up with friends, cooking a nice meal, a great concert. There we go, Jade. So maybe you wanna like what am I trying to do? I went to cooking school a very long time ago. I'm not a chef, but I did go to cooking school. That calms me down too. So maybe you want to like take like a dope cooking course or something that you've never done before, that might help take your brain out of the makeup world and put you into something else. Because yeah, cooking can be very zen like. I like cooking, so cooking can be very zen like. I love my profession, but hate my job. I really hope 2020 is better. Oh my, oh my, oh my, honey, what do you hate about it? How about that? Because it's easier to pinpoint the things about the job that we hate because that's always at the forefront. So, Oma, tell me what it is about the gig that you hate, and let's work on that whilst we are here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, singing with my band. Okay, House of Marty. Shoot, we should have the camera turned on to House of Marty. What? What is your name? I am DeShawn. Hold up. DES8. Oh, it's not typing. Hold up. Let me see. Michael. It's DeShawn. Well, it's not the way you spell it, but that's as close as we're getting. I like jogging. It always calms me down. There we go. I mean, what calms you guys down? There's always things that calm you down. There are all things that calm you down. You have to find those things and do them. And a lot of times we don't do them. We just keep going and going and going. We have got to find things that calm us down. I was going to suggest maybe a monthly potluck at a different friend's place. Oh, that's nice, Leighton. That's nice. Jay, did you see that? Did you see that? Check that out. Leighton gave you a magnificent idea. That's really good. I get it, but in life, how? Or is that your real name? Yeah, that's my real name. DeShawn. No, there's nothing to be sorry about. It's okay. No, it's not a made up Hollywood name. No, it's not. It's just a black girl name made up. Yes. No, that is fine. Don't worry about it. House of Marty is singing with the band. We all need to live near each other. We would have such an amazing time. House of Marty, we can go to see House of Marty sing. We can eat some food from Jade. You can come over here and watch some movies. You see what I'm saying? There's all things that we could do here. All things that we could do. Oh my God. Yeah, see, that's a great idea, Leighton. I think you might want to look into that. I feel like there is a wall. I can't be myself. I feel like there is a wall. What does that mean? Oma, please explain that. What does that mean? You feel like there's a wall. I'm trying to understand, but I'm not fully understanding. So if you can explain it to me, I can kind of explain it. I don't know. I'm in Miami, so y'all invited to the gigs. What? House of Marty is gigging. No, that sounds nice. That really does sound nice. Now, if I were the type of person to leave the house, that's I'm just like I'm sure I've discussed this before. I'm an introvert. So like, I know that word is being thrown around a lot here lately, um, okay, but I have always been 99% of my life, I feel an introvert in my own way. And so I kind of like to be in the house. I used to be young, like when I was a kid, my mom would go, "Don't you want to go outside?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to go outside. Mom, I want to stay inside." And yeah, so she would like throw me out of the house. So yeah, that's how it was. Oh God. We don't have any here. We don't have any. And here I am, Michael. And we've got it. Mike Hal. Okay, cool. Oma, do you feel pressure when you are working? Yeah, Matthew, man. You know what I'm saying. It's just hard. I don't know. I'd like to know what I'd love to understand exactly what the pressure is for Oma. I really would like to truly get it. Because I mean, if I can just be straight up real with you people, as a Black person, you do tend to have to do other things, you know what I mean? Like you can't be yourself all the time, because that's just is a thing. I know y'all can be like, oh gosh, she's bringing race into it. But there is a certain thing when it comes to Black people in America where we have to kind of fit in, which is probably another reason why I decompress at home. But it is what it is. It is life that we deal with, that most minorities in this country deal with, not just Black people, but most of us deal with that. So it just depends on what it is. Let's see. Perfectionism. Oh, perfectionism. What a bitch. Yeah, that's another problem. You know what we can do, House of Marty? If you would not mind bringing that back around. I'm just waiting for Oman to come back around and give me an answer. In 2020, I'm looking at becoming a full-time makeup artist as I love this job. I don't style hair, and it's making me lose gigs. In 2020, I want to add hairstyling to my services, and you should. I think you should, Miriam. I think you should. I'm not one for liking to do hair, to be honest, but I do hair from time to time. I do moderately editorialized hair, which is more for magazines, fashion, and I do light hair. But I don't cut, I don't color, I don't do those things. But I do whatever I can in terms of set type hair, and it will help you. It will help you. Okay, here we go. Okay, I work at a hotel chain in the Caribbean, which don't want me to be. Okay, so you work in a hotel chain in the Caribbean and they don't want you to show your work or work anywhere else. So when you say, Oma, that you work, for a hotel chain, are you working as a makeup artist for a hotel chain or you're doing something else? Because I'm trying to understand. I know this thing also, I understand that YouTube doesn't give you a lot of space to write to me. So I understand that. We will piece it all together. You know what I'm saying, Omar? We'll work this out, honey. Yeah, I don't understand that. Okay. Do I darken my hair? No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I color it from time to time. Like I'm due for a coloring, as you can see. I'm due for a coloring. I don't know. It could be light. I mean, my hair is pretty dark. Um, so thank you, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn, by the way. Thank you, Marilyn. Oh, something just happened. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the comment about Black people having to fit in because this definitely makes me a little bit concerned about breaking into luxury bridal, the luxury bridal market. Okay. Um, yeah. I hate to be all like, yeah, Black folks, we can't do nothing. Clearly, we all can do a multitude of things in this country. There is many successful, Black people in this country. I mean, so to sit up here and say we can't, you can break in. I just think it's the way that you break into it. You have to really, really get to know it. And it's really, honestly, it's really part of your marketing. It's your marketing that is probably going to get you in the door. And then once you get in the door, then they get to know you, get to meet you. But that's really all about your marketing. You know what I mean? I think you could definitely break into it, but it's your marketing. How you market yourself to, the Black community may not be the same as marketing yourself to the World Wide Web. You get what I'm saying? I see it all the time. And I'm like, that's not going to fly. So it depends on how you're going to be marketing yourself to the totality of the luxury brand wedding, thing. It depends. I wonder if luxury brides will trust me and if I'll fit the bill for their expectations. Well, this is what I keep saying. See this? Okay. We'll wait for Omar to come back. But this is what I keep saying, Mickey. I keep saying it over and over again, and I get a lot of pushback when I say it. We are not a luxury service because we say we are. We are a luxury service when we show up and we do what these types of clients may want and expect from us. Just because I come to your house, that's not luxury. And a lot of people keep saying that to me. Oh, I'm a luxury service because I go to people's homes. No, that's not a luxury service. That's a convenience, but that is not a luxury service. You have to understand what it's like to deal with millionaires. You have to understand that. You have to understand their expectations. You have to understand what they want. And you have to go do your market research to find that out if you don't hang out with these people. You're going to have to start looking at luxury weddings. You're going to have to start looking at other businesses that deal in that market, because a lot of times you just keep looking at other makeup artists and how they work. It's luxury. Luxury is, I'm telling you, I used to work with millionaires and billionaires. Just a different world. It's just a different world. People don't understand it. That's why I say, when people say to me, I'm a luxury service, and I see you with your jeans on and your little your Maybelline, I'm like, that's not luxury. And it's not just about product. It's just about the totality of who you are, the totality of your business. It's everything. So if you want to be that, you got to study that world. Get your behind into a yacht club. Go find these people. It's just a different world. So people have got to stop thinking it's luxury just because you show up. It is not. I'm off my tirade. Oh my God, it just drives me crazy. And I don't think it has anything to do with you being Black, honestly. It just has everything to do with you understanding what it takes to be in that world, and what they have high expectations, high expectations. Thank you so much for your response. As far as marketing is concerned, have you ever paid a photographer and model so that you can have very high quality images in your portfolio? I don't have to do that. I'm very fortunate that I have many friends um, that I don't have to pay. If I, if I, but I'm not opposed to paying. I guess that's my point. I'm not opposed to paying people. If I were to, I'm not a bridal person per se. It's not because I don't like luxury. I'm just not into brides. I may change my mind down the road. That's why I try never to say never. But yeah, I'm just not into it. But if I were into it, yes, I would probably be doing a whole bunch of things, marketing wise, and having a beautiful website, and the way I choose to present myself, and you know what I mean. So yes, if you're asking me would I pay for that, yes, I would pay for that. I think it's something that is warranted. So Mickey says, I'm thinking about taking this route in 2020 so my portfolio can look amazing and actually look luxurious. I really think that, I don't know, I forgot where you are, Mickey. I'm sorry. But I really think that you need to look at the industry as a whole, look at the area that you're in as a whole, and then figure that joint out. And then set yourself up. Then set yourself up with um, your marketing and all that stuff. You have to do your research first before you start running around and hiring brides and not brides, but models, and do your research. Hey, Doris. Thank you. Yes, I've been going crazy. You see my crazy glasses. I've been going crazy glasses shopping. So yes. Okay, I work as a bridal and hairstylist makeup artist. Okay, and so, Oma, so within the hotel, I guess chain that you're working at, they don't want you to work for other people, and that's the roadblock that you're hitting. So, did you sign some type of contract with these people, or is this just a rule that they have given you, like you are not allowed to do bridal, or you're not allowed to do this. You can only work through this hotel. That's the question I have. Good night, Michael. I'm going to start doing some of these things during the day when I can, because I used to do them during the day when I had time, and so I can reach the rest of the world. It's only fair. Oh my God. Solange, hello, Solange. I think bridezillas are the stressful part. I mean, for me, honestly, Solange, I think it's all stressful. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying in 2020. Hey, Michelle. So in 2020, what is it in terms of what is it that you want to do? Because technically, let's just, I will be straight up with you people. You should have started at anything that you want to do for 2020 should have been started in 2018, 2019 to get the ball rolling for yourself, because it takes time. It takes time for things to happen. Yes, there are some people that you see that you think did it overnight and they boom, they showed up, but it does normally take time to be an overnight sensation. Just so you know, we are dealing with adversity. It takes time. Trust your path. Work every opportunity that feels genuinely interested in you. I understand what you meant. Use those to build your worth and value to others. Goals for 2020: I need to cut expenses. I hear that, Doris. Um, Depends. I mean, cut your expenses how and why? What's not working for? I mean, clearly what's not working for you, like if you have treasure trove of products and you're not using half of them, yeah, then I would definitely resell those products, or stop buying. I have an issue. I buy too much. Hi, DeShawn Hatcher has a problem. But I have a problem. I got to stop it. I say it all the time, stop buying stuff. And then, of course, I gravitate to buying stuff. So um, there are a multitude of ways to cut expenses. One, just stop buying stuff. So it depends on what you're talking about. Michelle, listening to you, I've started working on my website and researching. Bravo! For 2020, my goal is stepping in my niche and continue educating myself. Well, bravo. So you say, Oma, you say yes, no pick on my work and the contract. Okay, so they gave you a contract that's okay. I want to make sure I understand, Oma. They give you a contract that stipulates that you can't work anywhere else. You can't do anything else. That's what I'm trying to understand. That's all I'm trying to understand is that there's a contract that you have signed, because you signed it, that said that you cannot work anywhere else on the island, and you cannot do any type of bridal work or anything for yourself. And on top of it, you cannot post pictures. I want to understand it, because child, that's some kind of contract, okay? So that's the other thing. It's like Michelle has a plan. Miss Gordon has a plan to continuing to educate herself. Well, that costs money. You know what I'm saying? Like that costs money. And if you don't set yourself up, so let's say if you said, "Oh, a slight plug, I want to take DeShawn's Increase Your Speed class, which is coming up in May, but gee, I don't have any money." Well, had you knew since last year there was going to be a class, you should have started saving your coins for all different types of education. Education is just not about makeup. Education is about the business. There's so many business classes you people should be taking. It's not even funny. So this is what I'm talking about. So education, you think about all the things that you want to do, it should start a year in advance before you can implement those plans. Not all plans, but some that cost money. So you're ready to go. That's all. Okay. Okay, oh my, I see now. So I can see why you're frustrated. Okay, I'd be pissed too. That's crazy. Ooh, oh my, that's crazy. Then honey, I don't know what to tell you. Don't sign contracts like that ever again, because you know, you need to make, I don't know if you're not making any money at this gig, but I mean, the mere fact that they're not allowing you to even do like weddings on the side is a little strange. Maybe you can go ask to modify the contract a slight bit and say, hey, look, you know, I'd like to modify the contract, and so at least I'm allowed to do weddings, or I will what am I trying to think of? I will have, if I am contacted for weddings, I will tell them to come here, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like something that will, because that's too much. Oh my, I would be pissed the F off in so many ways. I can see why you're frustrated, because your hands are tied and there's nothing you can do. So the question would be, what would happen, one, if you broke your contract? What would happen, two, if you asked them to modify the contract? What would happen? Three, I'm trying to think of what three would be. Modify the contract, break the contract, or just go behind their back. Like, what would happen? Oh, well, I'm looking forward to meeting you, sweetheart. Mickey, I'm definitely on the money saving train. My focus for business purchases in 2020 are education, tools, supplies, and marketing. Makeup Unlimited. Hello, Makeup Unlimited. I didn't see you. They need to pay her and keep her with clients if she has to sign a contract like that. I know, right? Wow, right? Yeah, non-compete contract sucks. Yeah, it does. You will be jobless. Not in St. Lucia. Are they giving you enough jobs? I guess my question, I'm trying to understand, darling. Are they giving you enough jobs where you can pay your rent and all that stuff? Like, does every hotel have this type of non-compete clause? Because yeah, that's what it sounds like. I mean, I guess they're afraid that, I guess the point of what they're doing is that, let's say you're working for them, right? You're an employee of the thing, but yet you're hired to work a wedding that's at another resort, right? That doesn't make them look good. You get what I'm saying? You're just taking money out of their pocket in their mind, because now you're working. I don't know where you're working, but I'm just saying you're working at the Marriott as opposed to working at, I forget, all the Renaissance. Maybe is that a Marriott? I don't know. Days Inn. I don't know. But I get the non-compete clause when you're working for a hotel in a strange way, because it feels to them that you're taking money out of their pocket. This, I understand. I just feel like there's another way to make money that's pops into my head, but it's just going to take a lot of work. Jobless. I will be jobless. What about the cruise ships? I don't know. They have a whole bunch of cruise ships that come and go. You can't go and work on the cruise ship when it comes. You can't offer your services in that way. I have a friend of mine. She is in, God help me. Where are you? She's in Jamaica, I thought. Please don't kill me. She's in Jamaica, and she's a nail tech. She's not a makeup artist, but she doesn't work for a hotel. She's a freelance and nail tech and making a lot of money. So I don't understand why you can't be a freelance makeup artist and make a lot of money. I am confused. I just think it's a lot of work to try to get your own clients. I'm pretty sure that, I have a lot of ideas going through my head, about how you could probably make more. I'm not gonna say more money. I don't know how much money you make, but to get your own clients and all that stuff, I just don't understand why you can't, perhaps maybe not work for the hotels. I'm not sure, but I just feel like there's other things and other ways for you to make money that I don't think you're thinking of because you're so upset with where you are. Um, that's like a phone call. That's like a phone call. That's a huge phone call. Yeah, that's that's gonna take time. Yeah. But St. Lucia's a huge tourist thing. I just can't understand um, how you won't be able to make money. It's huge. It's huge. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways for you to make money. There's a lot of ways for you to make money. I refuse to believe that you can't make money on your own, that you have to deal with these hotels. I refuse. I could be wrong, but I just refuse to believe that. I refuse. I mean, I know people who drivers who drive people around, or I mean, there's just ways of making money um, in St. Lucia and Jamaica and this and that on these islands that you don't have to rely on the hotels. Hotels in on these islands remind me of corporate America. It's the place where you get paid on a regular basis. It's the place where you don't have to work hard to get a client. They just kind of like walk in the door. That is one way of doing it. It's like working for corporate America. Technically, you are working for a corporation. Now, take that away from you and be a freelancer where you have to go get your own clients and you have to do all these things on your own. Then your brain will start to switch to how you can survive in St. Lucia. I'm 2000% sure you can survive well in St. Lucia. I really do. I will not leave my baby girl. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means. Your daughter works there? Is that what you're saying? All different ways to make money. NJI. Hi, I. I mean, the bottom line, Alma, there are ways to do it. I mean, it's your willingness to step out and do it. If you're not willing to step out and do it, then you're going to have to deal with being frustrated. I mean, I mean, I can give you 20,000 different ways of making money, but if you're sitting here telling me that you're on this job for a particular person, maybe your daughter or something is working with you, we will have to, we have to, we have too many makeup and hair. So you're saying there's a lot of makeup and hair people on your island. Well, I'm in New York. How many do you think is here? It's all in your perspective. It really is. It's all in your perspective. It's all on how hard you're willing to work for what you want. If you're not willing to work hard for what you want, then stay in the hotel. And unfortunately, that you know, you have to really want something else for yourself and not just like bitch and moan. You really have to want it. And you know what I mean? In order for it to work for you, you're going to have to put your heart and soul into your business. And if you're not willing to put the heart and soul into your business, then stay where you are. That's it. I will say, NJ, hi NJ. I will say that being a department store makeup artist in Chicago, it was difficult making the transition to freelance, but it is a heavy transition. And once you get going, you're good. I totally agree. It's a fundamental shift in the way you think. Like you said, DeShawn, you have to find your niche client, build up your style, and get the gigs going. NJ, yes. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys know my background. I'm a corporate America person. I came into this business knowing nothing and no one. Um, yeah, I'm not somebody whose best friend is a makeup artist or their mother's a makeup artist, or you get what I'm saying? I came in here not knowing a thing. I came here from corporate America where I had a steady paycheck and a steady this, and I came in here like this and jumped into it and created a career for myself in New York City, where there is a treasure trove of makeup artists. So I don't understand why it can't be done. That's just me. I am all about the rah rah, and I'm all about you just have to really work hard at it. You just have to work hard at it. Thank you, Oma. Listen, I don't want you starving. I don't want you starving, Oma. I don't want you starving. I don't want it to be how I say such a hardship for you. I don't want you to say, well, DeShawn told me to quit my job, so therefore I quit my job and now I'm homeless. No, that's not what I want. But you should start if you want to get away from the hotel gig, start plotting your course now. This is what 20 is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 2020. What what are you going to do in 2020 that's going to set you off for the rest of almost your life, your career? What are you going to be doing in 2020? Because if your goal is to, I don't want to be in these hotels anymore because I'm not making, I don't know if it's money. I still am confused. I don't know if it's money or you just want to do other things. Maybe, Oma, maybe you can come up with your own I'm trying to think of, maybe you can come up with a program for the hotel that they can offer their clients that you can do. Do you ever think of that? So you know, people always think they're so stuck, but I mean, a lot of the things I've ever done in my whole life, I've created for myself. You know, I've come up with these ideas. Hey, why don't we do blah 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 blah? And then they'll say, "Oh, that's a good idea, Sean. I didn't think about that." And then all of a sudden, I get to do the job. So you have to start thinking outside of your box, and your box seems to be misery right now, and we have to get you out of the misery box. That's all. Good morning. Thank you. Is it Safari? Thank you. The grind is no joke. I think it's safe to say we're all determined to move mountains with our creative gifts, and having a career like this takes sacrifices. There you go. Mickey, bing, confetti. You got confetti this week, Mickey. You just said that. You got to move a mountain. You got to move a mountain. Gots to move mountains, people. Like, I'm not really big in rules. I'm not like a big rule. I'm like, I mean, I wrote a book called Assisting Rules, but those rules are really based on etiquette. They're based on etiquette. They're based on human interaction. You know, and they're based on how the business is run technically. But you can be a rule breaker. I mean, that's what Instagram is. Instagram is a rule breaker. Instagram came along and everybody's mad, but they broke a rule. The rule is don't do makeup like that because it sucks. But they broke a rule. And look at it now. YouTube is the same way. Don't do makeup like that. It sucks. You look crazy. They broke a rule. Look at them. People are making millions of dollars off of this thing because they went their own way. They did it. Well, not anymore. Everybody copies each other, but they did it their own way. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to be a rule breaker. You know, assisting rules is a rule breaker. You know, people shocked. Oh, I didn't think about it. You know, these are rule breakers. You have to be like one of these wackadoo rule breakers. You have to just kind of do it. I had no idea what kind of response that book was going to get. I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea what was going to happen when I wrote that joint. I didn't know if people were going to, oh, you know, snarl at me or think it was ridiculous or, you know, or would it even work for people? I don't know. But I tried, you know, I tried. Thank God, knock on my tabletop, it's successful. But you know, I didn't know there was no guarantee that this book was going to help people. I didn't know that. I just knew it helped me. Maybe it will help somebody else. Oma, maybe something that you can think of that might help you, bring you joy on your job that you can present to your hotel. Get it? Solange, I don't know how it works in other countries, but I think as makeup artists, we have to cover several areas. The track isn't easy, but it's worth. But it's worth when you love what you do. You have to think out of the diggy daggy box. I added diggy daggy. Okay, Solange. But yes, you have to think outside the box because remember, there's a lot of makeup artists out there. Yeah, right. We're all here, right? Yeah, there's a lot of us here tonight. So, what makes us all different? What makes us, we all can do makeup. So, what separates us all? That's what marketing is all about. It's like Mickey said, she wanted to be a luxury, she wanted to be in the luxury bridal business. But what is going to separate you from the other luxury bridal people that have been there? What is going to make people look at you and at least give you a chance? So what is that going to be? You get it? You have to find that. It's just not enough to show up. You have to bring things to the table that people are going to want to say, oh, 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 what you want. I know some artists with their breaking the rules style, but they have solid reasons behind that and still understand the rule. Yeah, you break the rule. That's a good point. I love the way I like confetti, confetti. That's a good point because you got to kind of know the rule to break it. So when you do know the rule, oh, that's a really good point. I love that. When you really do know the rule, then you know how to kind of go around it. But when you don't know and you just show up and act a fool and you do all these things, it's most of the time that doesn't really work for most people. And if it does, it's not sustaining. It's not long lasting. You know what I mean? But when you do know the rule, you know how far you can push that joint, right? That was a very good point. I'm confetti, confetti. Okay, Mickey, I think that the fear of failure is definitely what keeps us confined. Mm, we need to break that mindset. That's right, Miss Mickey. Well, I mean, is it failure of is it feeling like you're going to fail? I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I've done a lot of things that I have failed at. So you just keep going. Like, think of all the times that you have failed at something. Just think of it. Just think about it. Oh, there's many. There's many, 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 many. I have, like, when I was much, much younger, I was fired. Oh, help me, Jesus. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. I would have to sit here and start counting on my hands and how many times in my whole life when I was younger, my like teen, not teens, but my 20s, that I was fired. Okay. Lots, lots, right? Okay. So what does that mean? Because I got fired, do I should never work again? Does that mean I should, you know what I mean? No, it just means, DeShawn, you got to learn how to be a little bit more grateful. You got to learn how to be more responsible. You got to learn how to be more of this. You got to learn how to be more of that. And eventually it clicked in my head that, girl, if you want to work and you want to do things, you got to stop being an asshole. And then it clicked. If you want to be a luxury person, let it click, because it's failure is just, it's just, I don't know. I look at failing as a learning lesson. That's all it is that you made a mistake. You made a mistake for whatever reasons. You got fired like I did. And you learn your lesson and you move on. It's not death, it's failure. It's a mistake. That's all it is. That's how I look at it. Oh, made a mistake. Oh, that oh, that didn't work out very well. Oh, moving on. It's just a mistake. That's all it is. Doesn't mean it's the end. It just means it's a mistake. You know? That's all I'm saying. I think we look at failure and we take it to we don't learn from when you're so scared, Mickey. When you're so scared, honey, it's because you didn't learn from it yet. Your minutiae, I call everything minutiae. Your minutiae in your brain is that hurt feeling, like, oh, every time you think about something, it hurts you. Well, if you look at it as a learning lesson instead of something that's kind of hurting you, like in you, like, oh, that hurt. Every time I like, oh man, I can't remember what it used to be. One thing that what was it? There was something that I had done that every single time I thought about it, and it was a mistake, I would like almost burst into tears. And I cannot remember what it was now because I flip my switch. I flipped my switch and I said, you got to stop looking at it like that, because you're going to hold yourself back, because you keep there's this emotional thing of, oh, I can't believe that. Oh, I can't. And I would like literally, if I thought about it, I would burst into tears. Right. And I was just like, but what's the lesson? What is the lesson? And that's kind of what I'm saying. What is the lesson? that you can take from the failures. There's a lesson in there, honey. Take it and then move on. But you're taking it, it's all up in here, it's all in your heart, it's all up in here. When you feel it, when you feel that failure, it probably, you get the tingle that you get. There's a tingle that you get when you remember stuff, and it's like, oh, you get that tingle because you haven't released it yet, you haven't learned from it, you know. And like when I learn from those lessons, the tingle goes away, and it doesn't control me, it doesn't, it just kind of just like, I don't look at it the same way. I don't burst into tears anymore. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember what it is, because I think 3 years ago I would have said, "Oh, I know exactly what it is." But now it's like, I don't know. I don't remember what it was. The mistake that was so big to me that had me in tears for years. Like we're not even talking about like like a year. We're talking for years. Had me so upset. Every single time I would think about it. Now I don't even think about it, because it is what it is. It's a learning lesson. It's just a learning lesson. Gotta let that go. I saw things flipping. Hold up, I'm flipping. Sapphira. For me, before breaking the rule, oh, we know I got that. I know some artists with their breaking the rules style, but they have, yep, okay, hold up. I think that the fear of failure is definitely, yep, got that. It's a personality unveiling, knowing how free you will allow your being to become. Okay, I got it. I understood that. uh yeah, like resilience to new heights. I got you. Something's happening with your messages. And Mickey, I know you just typed something and it says message retracted, and I don't know why that's happening. So there's a couple of things up here that says message retracted by a few of you. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Solange, of course we do. Of course you take a mistake. Of course you take a failure personally. I think it's just, I just think, really, I just think that's normal. I think when you fail, no matter how big it's wounding. It's wounding. And I'm not saying not be wounded. I'm saying be wounded for a minute and then learn the lesson. What is the lesson? And I try to learn my lessons. Don't always learn my lessons, but I try. My anxiety held me back, Michelle. It still does, but I've learned from it. I used to feel like I was afraid of success. Once successful, you have to maintain it or grow even more. I used to feel limited. There we go. I mean, that's a lot of people's things, fear of success. That's a lot of people. Darling, you are not alone with that. There's so many people out there feeling that way. Oh, it will say that when we delete a mess. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I didn't know where okay. Vicky Washington. Hey y'all, I made it. Hey Vicky. Vicky, we are talking about 2020, the possibilities of your career, and what are you doing? Have you set yourself up yet? Do you have a plan? Like, what's happening? You see? That's what we're talking about. If you guys are new here and you don't know who the hell I am, except a black lady with some poof and red lip, I'm, I'm DeShawn Hatcher, makeup artist from New York, and I do this every Sunday. I think I'll do it next Sunday too, but I don't know when is Christmas, so I have to check it out. And I'm here to help professional makeup artists with their beauty and business and so on and so forth. So if you haven't had a chance to, give a sister a thumbs up and subscribe to this joint if you get a chance. And yeah, that's who I am. So that's it. NJ, our industry is also so beautifully diverse. I do sound. Oh, that's so cool. I do sound, makeup, and other arts. My makeup skills have gotten me film jobs. Yeah, where I then become the audio pro. I love it. Sometimes doing both. Oh, on one job, two checks. Oh, check. Okay. See, she's doing stuff. Who? Omar. Did you hear that? Omar. Read. I always want to call you New Jersey. NJ. NJ. She said it. Our industry is very diverse, but the problem with Omar is that Omar cannot. She signed a contract, so it's very hard for her to do that. But I really do believe that if Omar comes up with several ideas to benefit, technically, wink wink, to benefit the hotel that she works at, wink wink, it will benefit her. If you have read assisting rules, then assisting rules should be able to help you uh, understand that you need to put the business, the either the, in terms of assisting rules, it would be the key. Put the key ahead of your needs, I guess is the point that I'm trying to say. Make the key feel like they're important. And then whatever you need will come, should flow. You understand? Same thing with the hotel. Make them feel like they're important. And then shoot them ideas that, come up with ideas that you have backing that says, I noticed that in 2019, you had 1,000 visitors who came to do makeup, but when I spoke to them, they really wanted this thing, or they really wanted this experience. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they'd rather have the makeup done outside instead of inside. Maybe they'd rather have, you know what I mean? Come up with ideas, and then you too can do all these different types of gigs and feel and make more money, and then be a contributor kind of thing, because that's what NJ did. She's a contributor. She contributed. She goes, not only am I a makeup artist, but I can do sound. Do you need sound too? And they would say, yeah. And then, and then you get paid. I am also a nail tech. I do nails, except all my nails I'm cleaning like a mad woman around my house. So all my nails keep snapping off like crazy. So, but I'm also a nail tech. So if somebody needs nails, sometimes I'll see something that says, we need a nail person and we need a makeup artist. And I'll say, well, I do both. And they'll say, oh, hired. So I get to do both. Sometimes they say, I need a hair person and a makeup artist. Well, I can do both. So I get hired for both, and I try as hard as I can to get paid for both. You understand? That kind of thing. So open yourselves up to the possibilities of offering, NJ Smart, she offers up, different things that she can do. She's right. This industry is very diverse. You'd be amazed at what you can do. I would not have been a beauty director for that runway show that I did, that I have the Guinness World Record for, if I didn't raise my hand and say that I could lead a group of people. Because the job title, yes, is obviously, you need to understand makeup, you need to know how to do makeup, sure, but you have to learn how to you have to have the ability to lead a team. You have to have the ability to do budgets. You have to have the ability to deal with corporate America. You have to have the ability to do all these things and run the show. So was I going to sit back and say, no, I was like, I could do that. You got to keep yourself going. Oh, thank you, NJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. NJ, keep that personal client book secret. You know what I do feel, NJ, though? If I'm getting a feeling from Oma, I feel almost as if they'll, maybe other people will snitch on her, in St. Lucia. They do that here a lot in the United States. I've noticed, like, in other states, not so much New York. Nobody cares here. Nobody really cares, but I've noticed, like, in other states, I've heard of horror stories, like in Vegas and like Washington State, that kind of thing, where, I just moved there. I try la la la. I'm trying to make my way, blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, the makeup artist there will just report you to the board or report you to the state. You know what I mean? That's what they do, and it's like, whoa, okay, I didn't know that. And I think sometimes Oma, I feel, I'm not sure, might be up against that as well. So she does, let's say, step out and start working somewhere. Somebody may report her to the hotel, and she might have her hands tied at that point. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's why I say what you just said was brilliant, but at the same time, she has to be careful of losing her job is what is just kind of what is on my brain. Because when you sign a contract like that, that not only means that you're signing the contract, they probably do that to everybody. And the hotels all around probably do that to most of the staff all over the island. So I can just imagine if another island makeup artist or hair, whatever it may be, would see her do something, they may report her. That's the only thing that goes on in my brain. That's the only thing. Yeah. Yeah. Clauses where you can't practice makeup within a certain amount. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's my only thing. Oh, I'm a nail tech, spot therapist, hairstylist. Oh, so, Alma, you a one-stop shop, honey. Okay. Oh my goodness, hairstyles maybe lash tech, but some is always ready to work for less. Wow. But if you work in a hotel, I would assume that there would be no less. You get what I'm saying, Oma? Well, honey, you do it all. I don't know what. Listen, I'm all for one. Listen, I love corporate America. I love it. I miss it sometimes, especially when the checks are late. Then you start going, damn, if I worked for corporate America, that check would have been here. Okay. But you do so much. I don't know. Does everybody in the island do that? I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot, honey. I can't understand why you can't open up your own space and be amazing and do your thing. I'm at a loss. I'm at a severe loss. I don't know why you can't become your own amazingness on, oh my, I don't get it. Sorry. Damn, with all that. People. So does anybody have any more questions? A nail tech, a spa therapist, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a lash technician. What? Girl, you got all them skills and you on a beautiful island where there are boats coming in and out of that joint and you're telling me you can't make money? I don't know. Sometimes I think we have to think bigger for ourselves. We have to think bigger. Oprah would still be working at a TV station, just chilling, being Oprah, reading the news. And now look at Oprah. Yeah, man, that's awesome, Mama. You can really do your own thing. She really can. I don't know, Mama. But I ain't one to tell you do something, then you go broke, then you're gonna come on here and yell at me. DeShawn, listen to you and now I'm broke. Everything has a plan. Everything takes planning. You can't just, I'm not saying just jump up and quit your job. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Miss NJ. I have Oma. This is the Oma hour. This is what's happening. This is the Oma and Mickey hour. Wait a minute. So you had your own space. You had to close. Why did you have to close? Why? You're gonna give us all your personal business right now, lady, because this doesn't make any sense. There's a disconnect here. There's a massive disconnect. What happened? Did you poke somebody in the eye? What happened? Because I have my space. I had to close shop. Good night, Miss NJ. Like, girl, something ain't right here, Miss Soma. You could tell me in private too if you want to. Something not right. Yeah, something not right. But we don't have to continue this conversation live and across the nation. We could have a private conversation because, girl, something ain't right. There's a disconnect. There's disconnect. I'm making you laugh and you making me go, what? That's what you make me do. Because there's a disconnect here. All that fabulousness all up in there? Aw. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. I have a feeling there's more to the story than Oma's telling us. Okay, Oma, we'll discuss this. Almost like, oh, DeShawn, is a lot to tell you. I can't tell you on a national, international setting. Okay, honey, I will not poke nor pry any longer, my dear. Inside out, hey. No, Mickey, no, that's what's here for. Listen, because there are people who sit back and just listen, and that's cool. They don't have to say a word. They are free to sit back and just chill out and say, I'm cleaning my house and I don't feel like typing. I just want to listen. And that's fine. And other people who want help and will participate, and that's fine too. So if it's just me, you, and Oma, then that's what it is. And that's okay. That's all. No, no, no. Because I think that the questions that you guys have, I think that you have them, and I do believe that so many others will have the same type of question. It's very much like when you go to Google and you start typing in your question. Before you're finished, they give you so many different options, and one of your options is listed in Google, right? Like, oh, damn, I was just about to type that in, but it's right there. Oh, I can find my answer out here. That's all. So you hog away, honey, hog away. It could be the Mickey hour. I don't care as long as I know I'm helping somebody. Oh, Oma, we'll talk about that later. Because this sounds like a lot. It sounds like at the resort. You must have been kicking ass and asked you to shut down. Yeah. And you didn't negotiate yourself right. That's all. That's what it sounds like. Can we talk about avoiding facing the scammers in the industry? If you're in a new city, what are some ways to get work? Makeup artist Lulu and Safara. Um, I always say that, like, when it comes to scammers, it is hard because people are deceitful, and people seem very honest, and they're not. Um, when I can't, I'm always like all into sayings, but I forgot. Oh, it's is it oh God, Maya Angelou, when something walk like a duck, quack like a duck, something like a duck, it is a duck. So I'm paraphrasing Maya Angelou. I know that, but sometimes we see the scam, but we ignore it. And then sometimes we see the scam and we may not understand what's going on, but inside, I'm very like, I'm one of those touchy-feely people, and inside I go, something's not right here. Something's off. But then we continue anyway. You know, it's that feeling of something's wrong here, right? That we kind of ignore. And it's very much like, okay, so it's like that scam that was going around, I believe last year or the year before that, where so many people were getting these emails from the editor of, wasn't Vogue, but it was a top magazine, Marie Claire, some top magazine, supposedly was sending out requests to newbies to be part of the magazine. And we were all like, it doesn't work that way. They're not just going to randomly reach to you. But again, scammers know that newbies don't know that. And so that's why that went around like fire, that type of scam. And I don't know why people tend to scam makeup artists. Like, what are you trying to get when you do that? Like, I don't understand it. Maybe they were trying to get rates. I still don't quite understand what was happening. I remember a couple of years ago, somebody tried to scam me, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to play along." So I played along for as long as I could, and basically, it was something on that level where they wanted me to. Oh my God, what was it? It was so stupid. Something like, "We want you to be part of our show," or something like that, and I just kept playing with them, and I was like, "Oh, really? That sounds like a great opportunity. What else should I do?" And then they kept going with the BS. And then finally, they got to the very end and they were like, well, you would have to use our kit. And our kit costs $1,500, but the job pays you something like five, some BS they were giving me. And so I wrote them back and I said, oh, I appreciate that, but I have my own kit. So what do I do then? Oh, no, you can't have this job unless you pay the $1,500. And I was like, that's okay. I know you're foolish. And I wrote something, but I took it for as far as I could with these people. But when you don't know something, you should ask people. A lot of times, newbies keep it to themselves. You should speak up. You should go on message boards and ask, is this normal? What is that? And people would have told you, no, that's total BS. A lot of times, unfortunately, what happens with scammers as well, and I'm not saying this is all you, sweetie, I'm just saying in general. And then the other time, what happens with scammers is they play off of your, what's the word? Oh, crap. I don't want to say greed. I'm not going to say that oh, I can't think of the word, but that need for stardom. I forgot what the word was. So they play off of that. So they'll throw stuff at you, right? And your eyes get real big. Oh, wow, I'm going to be in Vogue. Wow, but you don't even have a website, or you got like 2 pictures, or you know what I mean? They feed off of that. They feed off ego. They feed off ego. And a lot of times the ego gets people in a lot of trouble because they think that they're going to fulfill their ego, and they also think they can take shortcuts to getting someplace. Like, again, this magazine thing was all about a newbie getting into this magazine and you jumping ahead of the line of seasoned pro makeup artists because they just gonna choose you. You get what I'm saying? It was a lot. They play off ego. They play off so much. But if it stinks, it stinks. If it doesn't make sense, then it's not normally making sense. That's all. And then that's when you start doing your research. You have to start asking people. And a lot of times the other thing is, see, the other thing that they know is that a lot of newbies are going to be afraid to talk about it because they think that you're afraid of giving away your opportunity to somebody else. Right. So if I write you personally and say, I'm DeShawn Hatcher, but I'm imitating DeShawn Hatcher. I'm not the real DeShawn Hatcher. And I'm like, I have a job for you and it's amazing and this and that. It's going to make it feel very personal to you. So why would I share that information with somebody else who might take my job away from me? It's a lot of this. It's a lot of psychological BS that they do. But if you just take 1 second to think, does this seem right to me? Why would they be reaching out to me? I am a newbie. This makes no sense to me. You then should think, go on a board, ask somebody that you might know, does this make sense? And then we'll tell you the truth. But that's how scammers keep going, because they're feeding off of the mentality of people in general, just in general. They're feeding off the mentality of people. So that's how they get to you. It's like all of that stuff. But if something doesn't sound right, a newbie who's been in business for 0 to 3 years and you don't really have much to show, and then all of a sudden the magazine contacts you because they think you're so fabulous, it just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. So it's like little things like that. You need to open up your mouths and speak to each other. That's what message boards are for, to speak to each other. And a lot of times you guys don't. And then you get scammed. Thank you. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Thank you, House of Marty. I know my board is much smarter than me. That's how it is. Oh my God. If you're in a new city, what are some ways to get work? Makeup artist Lulu. I read that before. I just wanted to answer Safara. Do you have anything to show? I always say this, Lulu. You have to have work to show. And then let's be real and straight up. You have to have good work to show. Then you have to go out and you have to promote yourself. You have to promote yourself. People keep thinking people are just going to come to your door. They're not going to come to your door. You have to go out and promote yourself. You have to get up and get out every day and walk around and promote yourself. It's kind of how you get work. That's how I did it. Okay, here's a story, Lulu. I have a lot of stories. So here's a story, real quick story. I'm going to try to truncate this joint for you. But back in the day, before I was a makeup artist, I was in my very young. I had moved to Boston because I had a little kink in my brain that said you should move to Boston, and I did. It was all about boyfriends, and Boston seemed so magical, and I'm a New Yorker, and I'm like, oh, it's such a cute little town. I think I'll move. Blah 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 blah. I moved to Boston, and what I really wanted to be at the time was I wanted to be a restaurant manager. I had come off of a job where I was a special event coordinator, and the ego got the best of me. the ego got a little blown because I had done such good work, if I can say so myself. I was killing it. Okay, I was killing it. I was young and I was killing it. Being a special events coordinator. Okay, great, right? But then because your ego gets a little too big for your brain, you think, oh honey, I don't have to work for you no more. I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna go off and be a restaurant manager like I want to be, okay? So that's when I decided I was gonna go move to Boston, and oh help me, Jesus. And I started looking for, actually, I really started looking for special events coordinating jobs in Boston. And I got the door slammed in my face. Like every time I can't walk around with my little resume. They were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, thank you. And I was like, damn, what? So then I said, I also love restaurants. So I was like, okay, I want to be a restaurant manager. So I walked, I still remember this day when I was real thin. I walked up and down we call it Restaurant Row, for 2 weeks in the heat, like it was July or something. And I walked up and down that freaking place and learned as I got told no what to do, because each time somebody rejected me, I said, okay, maybe this is not the right thing, I'm going about it the wrong way. Like basically, I'm giving you a long story, but basically, like when I wanted to be a restaurant manager, what I would do was walk through the front of the door. Front, you walk in, you think you walk through the front. And I would say, oh, I would like to be a restaurant manager, and I have my resume, and I was very profesh. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not hiring, thank you very much. Right. And then all of a sudden I noticed through my trekking of walking that I should be going through the kitchen. Don't go through the front. And then when I started going through the kitchen, that's when I started getting more people uh, noticing me, because professionals go through the back, amateurs go through the front. So I had to learn all this stuff. So eventually, after about 2 weeks of walking, I'm telling you, when I tell you I walked, I didn't just walk. No, no, no. She had heels on. She had the skirt. She had the suit. I sweat like bullets. I was sweating so bad. My feet had blisters all on them, just blisters all over my feet. And I walked and I walked and I walked and walked and walked and walked, until finally this little hotel gave me a break and hired me as an assistant restaurant manager. But it took me months to get that job. Months and months and months and to get that job. So people keep thinking this stuff is so simple. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just so easy. I'll just show up and listen, I just show up and I move and I'll say, I'm here. And then everybody's just going to run to me. It doesn't work that way. You have to let people know that you're there. You got to get some blisters on your toes. You're gonna have to pass out a lot of comp cards. You're gonna have to go around the businesses and let people know that you are here. But if you don't do that, and then your representation, your marketing, your presentation, if that sucks, then people are not going to want to come to you. So all of that has to be in play. It is a business. People keep forgetting this is a business. They think it's. I'm going to stop calling it playtime, because I say playtime all the time, because I think it's fun for me. I think it's the world's greatest job, but I think it's play. I say, oh, I'm just playing, but it's not. It's a business. It's like a real business. People want to see your business acumen. If you don't have it, you ain't gonna get hired. And you could be a newbie and walk around and clean up in that town and be professional, have a professional website and have a professional demeanor and kill in that town and make a lot of money. But people don't want to do it. Carmen Sharita. Hi, Carmen Sharita. I didn't see you coming up. Getting my groove back, a self-care journey. Oh, child, you should write a book. You got me listed on my. Thank you. List them goals out. Y'all have to list these goals that you want. And in each goal, you have to start working. I want to be president of the United States. Well, actually, I really don't. But I want to be president of the United States. What does it take to be president of the United States? Either you're a billionaire or you have to work your way to it, right? So most of the time it would be, a community person, community activist. And then you work your way up the ranks of community activism to a congressman and a senator and a this and a or a governor or something. You work your way up to it, and then boom, perhaps maybe one day you can be president. But there's steps to every little thing. Even if you're dingy dong Donald Trump, there were steps for him as well. So everybody, there's steps to everything, and people keep forgetting that. He didn't just become president out of nowhere. He didn't just sit down and say, I'm president. He didn't do that. He didn't do it. As much as it looks like he did it that way, he didn't do it that way. He really didn't. There were steps for that man to follow. And then he became president. Even if he didn't want to follow the steps, he followed those steps and he became president. Just saying. Okay, there was the situation back then in my city. An influencer publicly asking for makeup service in Twitter for her gigs, and she provided the makeup exposure on her social media. Yeah. That's different. And lots of newbies interested in her because they're looking about. Right. Okay. So I say this: you have to follow the videos I have here. One of the big videos that I feel is one of the most important videos to me is the one that I talk about exposure. When people come at you and they say, do something for me for exposure, that's just BS. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you want to like I say, assisting is not about exposure. Assisting is about you learning, because assisting is like about you looking around, you soaking it all in, you learning how somebody's setting the table, you're learning how people interacting with each other, you're learning as you are working. Whereas exposure is them taking advantage of you and saying, I'm going to put you up on my thing, and everybody's going to run to you. And it has been proven time and time and time and time again. It doesn't work that way. Really doesn't work that way. So exposure is just straight up BS. So again, beautiful people, I think we are going to end this segment. But I really thank you guys for coming by. You guys know I like talking to you guys. You guys are fun. And I will be back on Christmas. Wait, this chair is like uncomfortable. I will be back next Sunday. If it is Christmas or Christmas Eve or something like that, I ain't going to be here. And the same thing for New Year's Eve. I don't know when that is, but I might pop up during the week. I'll let you know. Check the community board. And don't forget this special, because I don't have that many left. It's in the community board. If you want one for a lower price, you better get it now, because I don't have that many left. And that is about it. So I'm going to get off this popsicle stand. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget, give your sister a thumbs up and leave some comments below. Let me know, did I help you? Did anything I say help you? And Oma, we will have a conversation. Okay. Okay, people, have a good one. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.